Welcome to the Nut Allergy Podcast. My name is Mick. I am creating Mick's Got No Nuts, a company dedicated to making a totally peanut-free and tree nut-free protein bar made in a dedicated peanut-free and tree nut-free facility. On this show, I ask people in our nut allergy community their stories, their experiences dealing with their nut allergy. Now today, something I'm especially excited with, I'm joined by Jessica and Riley, mother-daughter duo. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for
Jessica,
having us.
yeah, of course. Jessica, why don't you start off? Do you mind introducing yourself?
Absolutely. So I'm Jessica Dunn, and I'm the mom of Riley here. When 19 years with food allergies, right? Since the very start of her life, and I knew nothing about food allergies, nothing at all.
Nothing.
So firstborn child, you try to do everything right, and then we were slammed into this wild world and now you have to learn how to eat different, live different.
Yes.
So it's been quite a journey, and we're really
Yes.
excited to be with you because over 19 years, food allergies have changed and evolved, and a lot of progress has come down the pike. So it's
100%. So yeah, we'll dive deep into that. Riley,
Definitely.
do you mind introducing yourself a little bit?
What do I say?
That your mom's awesome.
I'm Riley.
Where are you guys?
What do
Where you guys?
Geez,
Where
tell
you-
me what your allergies are.
Peanuts, tree nuts,
Peanuts and tree nuts?
egg.
Okay.
coconut.
Okay. So I want to get into the story of first Riley, you finding out. So I want to ask from obviously Jessica's perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really around for that.
Yeah, like, maybe you remember every day for
Right.
one, who knows. Jessica, can you tell me the story of how you first discovered Riley's allergy? And then you said it was peanut, tree nut, coconut, and egg. Was that
Yeah,
your
correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So she was 8 months old and I wasn't home. So she was with my parents and they were babysitting her. I was at work. My husband was at work. And my mom called frantic, screaming, saying that she had turned blue. She was shaking, vomiting, not breathing. And their neighbor down the street was a NICU nurse. So instead of calling 911, she kind of panicked first and ran to the nurse because she knew she was just down the street. And the NICU nurse came out and called 911. And that's how the whole process started. Ended up, she was having an anaphylactic reaction to egg, which we had no clue. She was eating baby food, like a pre-made baby food that I had thrown in her bag. Here, feed her this while I'm at work. And we had no clue at the time. And
Brilliant.
that journey took almost 6 months to discover. We took her. At the time, they didn't know she was having an anaphylactic episode because she was so tiny, couldn't speak for herself. They treated her when we came home. It was, okay, now just be cautious what you feed her, and we're going to send you to the pediatrician and the gastro doctor for follow-up. So they said that she had issues with reflux because she kept throwing up all of her food.
Oh, interesting.
And so food allergies were not even on the table as an idea. And then we went to Children's Hospital, and she had to have an endoscope done as just a tiny little baby. And she was about 1.5 years at that time. And the pediatrician there said, this is not reflux. This is food allergies. So
Really?
It took us a good 6 months to even figure out what we were dealing with. And
That's so interesting that it was diagnosed as a reflux issue, and it took half a year to realize, no, this is actually a pretty severe allergy.
Yeah. So, and then it was from there, because it was Children's Hospital, so they had all the resources, and we were new parents. We didn't know the questions to ask. We're just kind of floating along, doing what we're told by these doctors. And when they realized that's what it was, we had to kind of pivot and make changes. And the egg allergy was quite severe. Peanuts and tree nuts were off the charts.
Yeah.
And so from that point, we just had to make change and learn.
So, yeah, absolutely. Now, is there anyone else in your family that have allergies?
So I didn't develop allergies until my 30s. So no other family member has food allergies that we're aware of. It was.
Are these like sympathy allergies? He's like, I feel bad, or like
these are
I'll
like not.
Yeah.
For me, mine were salmon and celery. Totally random, and I'd eaten those things all my life, and then one day I just couldn't eat them anymore.
No kidding, really.
It makes me feel really good for the future.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh no, yeah, it's gonna be who knows, salmon and celery. Who knows what else it's gonna be you're allergic to? That's super interesting. I've never heard of an allergy developing that late, and I've never heard of those two allergies. Oh, I've heard of, shellfish, or fish, but celery is new to me. Interesting. So, okay, so Riley's about a year and a half.
Yeah.
There's no other allergies in the family, so this is brand new. How do you go forward in the house? What's in the house? What's out of the house? I mean, it's a loaded year, right?
So
how do you handle it?
I personally wrote a very sternly worded letter.
At 1.5, right?
I did.
No,
Did you really?
I did.
crying all the time and throwing
No
up.
way.
No, just kidding.
Tell me about the letter. I need to know about the letter.
Right. So my husband was, we can manage it. We'll just keep food separate. And then I was on the opposite spectrum of, there's no way I can make sure cross-contamination doesn't happen, that we can keep her safe. Especially like nuts, okay, I can read labels, but egg was in everything. So everything we were cooking, even if we weren't using egg, there was like even little things like salad dressing. It's just everywhere. Yeah. So I was like, we have to just take them completely out of our house. So we made a huge adjustment, and we got rid of peanuts, tree nuts, coconut as well, and egg. Just wipe the house clean of them, and then we don't eat those foods. And
you've trained your diet almost the last 19 years to just not eat those foods anymore, really.
Yeah. And so when we go out, if my husband and I go out to dinner, we treat it that way, that I won't eat those things, he won't eat those things, because we know we're coming back to our house, and our number one goal is to keep our kids safe and alive, right? So we take a really strict approach to the way we manage it. Yeah.
So Riley, I want to ask you a question now, because unless you have a memory around there, I assume that maybe your first memory might have been a bit later around your allergies. Do you remember that kind of first instance where you can recollect that, oh, I do have this allergy, I got to start paying attention to this? Last week?
Like last month. Well, not really. I don't think so. But I always remember being in and out of the allergist's office.
Oh, really?
Being little, back and forth. Yeah. I lived there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a core memory. Like you go back to that building, you're like, oh, I remember being in here, that sort of thing.
I remember being in the lobby. They had just given me eggs for like a food challenge. I remember being like, my throat's itchy.
Yeah. It didn't go well.
Really? Yeah. Oh, no. Okay. So tell me about that food challenge, actually, if you don't mind. That's a good transition.
So I don't really remember much. No, I remember taking like Benadryl.
Yeah, because that would be how things have changed. Like they would never just dope you up with Benadryl now, right? Like during a food challenge, if you're having a reaction. But her first challenge, she was probably about 6. And
that's probably around that memory.
Yeah. And he was like, we're going to do a hard-boiled egg, bring it on in. We're going to cut it up into 1 billion pieces, and we're just going to start eating slowly.
I remember doing that a few years later too, in like a weird room.
Yeah, they put you in
a weird sterile white room with a giant table. And you sit there for like 6 hours. The tiniest piece of egg. Yeah. It's like a science experiment.
That didn't go well there. Yeah.
Oh no. So we left that challenge when you were 6, Riley. A fail, right? We failed the challenge, but what does that failure look like? Is it just a scratchy throat? Like, did we go into anaphylaxis? Like, I don't want to get too deep here, but what happened?
So I would remember that. They did give her a steroid injection. They gave her a steroid to stop it. It was not an epinephrine though. So it was a different steroid that they gave her in office because they felt it was mild enough. And then we had to sit for a couple of hours and wait it out. So, and then the second time she attempted the food challenge, she was older, so she could say, this isn't going, like I can feel like my throat's itching, I'm feeling really uncomfortable, and she wanted to stop the challenge, so we stopped the challenge.
Gotcha.
And that was another where it was taken antihistamine, and they waited it out in the office.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry to hear that, it didn't go super hot. I don't know if we have intention to do it again. Like, it is what it is. But you, again.
No, I don't love the idea. It could open me up to more foods, but I'm used to not eating.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's your life. It's part of who you are now. Okay, so peanut, tree nut, coconut, egg. Now, is there a kind of a hierarchy of severity? Are we more allergic to eggs than peanuts, tree nuts than coconut? How would you kind of rank your allergy? Maybe they're all terrible, or maybe they're all kind of.
You know that. Well, I personally avoid everything.
For sure.
Yes.
As if it's all going to kill me.
Right.
Yes.
What doctor level charts?
If we're talking like statistics and like real numbers and doctors, yeah, I guess there is a hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
But what would be the highest?
Peanuts
Nuts.
for sure. Yeah, it's
peanuts, pistachios, cashews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest of them have like dwindled down where they're like, you could come in and try it. I'm like, you're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice joke. Okay, so peanuts are the worst. They're kind of the worst for me too, because I'm just peanut and tree nut. Thankfully, no coconut, and really thankfully, no egg. Sorry, Riley.
Wow. Yeah, no, it's true though, right? Egg is in a lot of things.
It's tough.
We're just used to it now. Yeah.
It's in the flu shot. I can't get the flu shot.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
They incubate it.
That's a great. The first time she had a flu shot, the pediatrician, again going along with, okay, we'll give it to her. They sent us to the allergist office, and they broke the vaccine down into 7 doses. And we had to sit in the office for 8 hours. And she was little and kicking and screaming. And I was like, I will never do this again. Like, this is insane. So I was like, sorry if you get the flu, kid, because I can't do this anymore. So it was awful. And I felt terrible.
Sorry, kid.
8 hours to get 1 injection that should take 10 minutes. Like, not even 10 minutes.
My God.
Yes, no flu shot for Riley. No flu shot.
I'm just walking like disaster.
No, you're not. No. You just have to read every ingredient every time.
Yes, 100%.
Which is really annoying.
So let's get into that then. So I assume that if a packaged food, as far as packaged foods, you cannot have a food that says may contain peanuts, tree nuts, coconut, or egg. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, would you go out to a, say, restaurant, for example, and eat somewhere where you know that those ingredients are going to be in the back in the kitchen?
I mean, I guess it depends on the restaurant.
Yeah.
How do you vet that restaurant then? How do you ensure that it's safe?
Tell them the safe place you have. Are we allowed to say a restaurant that we do eat at?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Not sponsored.
No, not sponsored.
Unfortunately not.
I eat at Buffalo Wild Wings a lot. My dad is
really?
big boss, so I have like an in to like the allergen menu and things.
Yeah.
And I can look at it on the website too, but he knows more, so he'll be like, this has changed. This has changed.
So
we're
he has
relabeling this.
Yeah, he has all the ins and outs to the food suppliers, where the food's coming from. He has the big fancy lists of all of the deep details of the ingredients. And then he will always order the food. So when he's ordering it, he knows exactly what he wants from the back in the kitchen for them to bring it out safely for her. So that's her kind of go-to. And they don't have any nuts in their kitchen at all. So
they do have eggs, so I can't have like a ton of things.
Yeah.
But I can work with my small amount of things I can have.
I mean, that's great. If you have your place, why deviate, right?
Yeah.
But now the caveat is, what happens if you go travel? I mean, that restaurant's obviously everywhere.
It is. Sure.
But when you travel, how do you kind of make sure that do you bring food? Do you vet the restaurants beforehand? How do you do that?
I pack the whole kitchen.
Oh, really? Really?
So we always book a place that has a kitchen. And then I have a set of pots, pans, cooking utensils that are like my travel sets, so that I can just toss them in and go in my suitcase wherever we're going. I also have hot plates. I'm like a walking kitchen, and I have cooking pods.
For the apocalypse.
I'm ready for the apocalypse. The cooking pods and all the things, and then I pack all the dry goods. And when we get to wherever we're going, we go to the store and buy what we need.
It looks like we're staying forever, but it's like 2 days.
Yeah. It's like, sorry, there's no extra room for clothes. We have all of these dry goods.
Buy your clothes, get there.
Yeah.
So you're the family with the comically large luggage that no one knows like what's in there, but they got something weird in there. Yeah,
all
that's
the things, yes.
Yeah.
And then in our car, we have like a tote with
We take 2 cars.
No, like we take a tote food with us. Like, well, not even traveling, just every day. We have a small tote with our favorite snacks in it. In case we get stuck somewhere, sitting in traffic, forget something, and we need a safe go-to, we always have safe snacks.
Or we're just hungry.
In the car, yeah, or we're hungry. My kids get hangry a lot, so it's like throw them apart.
Oh, that's not true. No. The other one, yes.
Yes, our little sister.
I am passive.
So we always have safe food everywhere.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And what kind of snacks do you like to bring on the go?
Actually, we wrote a list of our favorites. Are we allowed to say our favorites or no?
If you say the foods first, and then We'll figure out if we want to say the brand name first.
Yeah, no. What always in our bin is like popcorn,
Granola bars.
like our granola bars, which we can't wait for yours because we're going to be really excited to try those.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
And then
little fig bars.
Fig bars and fruit bars.
Yep.
Yeah.
I always tell when I ask this question, I always ask them like this. I say, if I didn't have allergies to peanuts or tree nuts, I would be eating trail mix all the time. It looks super good, high in protein, low calorie, like it looks great. But obviously we can't have that. So I like that. The granola bars, the popcorn, super interesting, the little fruit bars. I've heard beef jerky, right?
Yeah. So my kids are huge fans, but my husband likes it. So we keep
I'll
it
have
safe
a
for him.
little bit, but I'm not gonna go out and seek it. Like, I really need that today.
Yeah.
Yes, for
I
sure.
forget we have it half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we always have the same staples in the house.
Yeah.
Do
you have issues with seeds, Riley?
Seeds?
Like pumpkin seeds, stuff like that? No? Okay.
No,
Sunflower
not that
seeds.
I'm aware of, knock on wood.
Okay.
Not yet. She doesn't.
That might be a mid-30s thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to backtrack a little bit. I'll first ask this to you, Jessica, then I'll actually ask this to Riley. So when you first discovered Riley's allergy, Jessica, how did the people around you, especially your friends and family, react to Riley's allergy, especially since it was relatively new in your circle?
So initially my parents were terrified because, they were the ones who were caring for her, and it was a huge adjustment for everyone. So we had a lot of friends and family that were like, oh, this is different. Now what? And they just kind of learned alongside me, not living our lifestyle, and not fully understanding it, and not understanding cross-contamination risk. Yeah. But kind of, okay, whatever you're doing, just go with the flow. And then I have some that say, you're over the top, you're too much, it's not that serious. So it's that delicate balance between finding the people who understand and the ones who don't understand. And then we have the family that just even forgets, and they'll be like, here, we baked you some peanut butter cookies.
Thanks, but no thanks, right?
Yeah. So it's a delicate balance trying to manage everybody, but also keep her safe.
100%. Now, Riley, I'll ask you the same question. When you were past 1 year old, right? As you were growing up, how did you feel that your close friend, let's talk about your close bubble, your close friends, your family handled and treated you with your allergies?
I think for the most part, they were pretty good. They could be better, but I think they were pretty good about it, or with it.
Yeah.
They make sure to feed me safe things and read things.
Yeah.
And my friend, I have a friend who I've been friends with for like ever. She's always been really good because we like grew up together. We met at preschool. Yeah. So she's always known not like try and kill me, which is always appreciated.
Yes.
Well, and that brings up a great point. So her best friend since preschool, it was an honest conversation between her mom and I when they were little. And her mom said, if you want to have play dates and get-togethers, and if they ever want to have sleepovers, can we just do it at your house? Because I don't know that I can truly keep her safe. And I appreciated that honesty so much.
Yeah.
I would rather somebody say, I don't know that I'm capable of doing it exactly the right way to keep her alive, versus let's risk it and see what happens.
Yes, 100%.
They've been friends ever since. So that's a very great.
We facilitated that friendship for sure. That's funny. Okay, so Riley, you think for the most part, and it sounded like the experiences that maybe you had that were slightly on the negative side, maybe more were unintentional rather than malicious. Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, it feels pretty malicious in the moment.
Yeah. An example that I talked to someone a few podcast episodes ago when they were in school. They'd get chased around the playground with like a nut, and so poor poor girl was just running for their life.
I listened to that podcast.
I never had that actually happen, but I had a threat of it. Time for the drama. When I was in fifth grade,
breakdown. Okay.
When I was in 5th grade, we had a new student who, admittedly he looked weird.
Riley.
I'm just saying he looked weird. He gave off weird vibes. I was like, this kid, he's weird. And we didn't get along. She's like, he should understand that I was here first. He's the new kid. Like, there's this hierarchy.
In 5th grade,
In 5th grade, listen, he was crazy out there.
Yep.
But he started to get really nasty. And he knew about my allergies because it was like my whole personality. Because like in our classroom, it was like a peanut-free classroom, nut-free classroom. So everyone knew.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day he took it upon himself to threaten me. So he never actually did anything. But he was like, he was going to go to Five Guys and take a bunch of their peanuts and like shove it at me.
Yeah, he had a plan. He just didn't follow
did.
through.
Yeah. So because he was so mean, I had him removed.
Really? You got him
Yeah.
kicked out of there?
Out of
Oh
the
yeah,
class. He
that's
had to
the
move-
power I have.
No, he had to move to a different class.
No
Because-
way.
The teacher was like, "That's not okay," because if he actually comes to school with it in his backpack, like
I felt like he would. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna do
Yeah, you
this.
guys had beef. Like he might.
Yeah,
he might
yeah.
do it.
It was like it wasn't like an empty threat. It felt like it was gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
But all
Oh
my
my
friends rallied around me and they were like, "We got you.
Yeah.
We'll protect you."
We're gonna fend them off, like as he throws.
Yeah, one girl was like, "We're gonna put maggots down his throat." And I was like, "Ooh, I like that idea."
5th grade. And then we pulled
Back
her
in
out of
my
public
day.
school. No, then 5th grade was her last year as a public schooler because it got really stressful. And then
This school wasn't amazing with
No.
allergies.
Okay. Well, tell me about that. So was this was the same school that you just told me the story at with the peanut-free
Yeah.
classroom, and he's like, I'm gonna bring peanuts. Okay. Why was that school maybe not the most ideal?
I think they handled it somewhat well, but it was really like the teachers and things that they
Yeah.
were just so meh about it.
Mhm.
they would mock her.
They would mock
allergies,
me. They'd make
Really?
fun of me. They'd
Yeah.
make really dumb jokes. One teacher, it's not like so emotionally damaging where I'm like, oh my heart. But she got mad at me one day. She wasn't even my teacher. She was like 12 doors down. I don't know why she didn't like me. But she said to me one day, she goes, maybe you should just live in a bubble. And not like in a nice way. It was like a mean, condescending.
Oh my gosh.
I was like 11.
Yeah, like go get in your room.
Okay.
Yeah, they were mean. They were mocking. She had some accommodations on her 504
Yeah.
to be allowed to wipe off surfaces in places where kids were eating, and they would be like, "Hurry up, Riley! Hurry up and do what you need to do." And they would just make her feel bad in the room full of kids. And
That's
she
too
would be there
bad.
wiping off her station or wherever she was at, and sometimes in the library because kids would eat in the library.
The
Yeah.
librarian might have been one of the worst
Yeah.
out of all of them.
So that made her just feel awful.
It
right?
wasn't welcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of my friends would be with me and would be like, "Oh, here, I'll help you wipe it down real quick so we can like hurry this up." So you're not like just
Yeah.
sitting there making it awkward.
That's really too bad about not only the kids maybe busting your chops a little bit, but the teachers.
Yeah.
I could not imagine, Jessica, you were very thrilled about that. It's probably part of
No.
the reason why you took her out of public school, right?
Absolutely. And when we left there, I let them know in a formal letter and to the school board that when you have a child who has a medical issue, that they didn't ask for it. It's not their choice, right? Food allergies are not a decision. You wake up and say, let's be allergic to this.
That's what I did.
You have to treat it just like any other disability, right? Because at the end of the day, if she consumes it and is not treated, it'll end her life. So
And that's a lot of paperwork for
It's
a
a lot of
school.
paperwork.
So
Yeah.
kid
Yeah.
problem in library. No, it would have been bad. So
that would have been the dumbest way to go. I died in the library.
no. So we didn't want that. So
I had to go out in like a fiery blaze.
right. No, we wanted peace and happiness in a calm setting. So my husband and I said, let's try this homeschool thing, even though we were both working full time and had no clue. We dove right in.
I hired the local mouse.
And we've been homeschooling ever since. So we started homeschooling in 2018, and then just her younger sister's never done the public school thing. She's always been a homeschooler.
Oh, really?
And we've kind of created our own vibe, and it works really well. So
It's safer.
Okay.
I like it because I see the children. Some of my friends are like public school, and I don't like the idea of like traveling classroom to classroom because like in elementary school you have like one classroom and then maybe you do your PE, but like in like high school, middle school, there's like every like 27 different rooms you have to be
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of wipes. That's a lot of wiping, and that's a lot of like uncertainty of what people had in there.
Yes, 100%. Now, going back to the school setting when you're growing up, Riley, have you had any significant incidents regarding your allergy, whether it's anaphylaxis, scratchy throat, anything like that?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna knock on wood for you right now. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We've done pretty well, actually. So,
Well, good.
and we made a homeschool co-op with some local community friends. So it's a whole bunch of homeschoolers that get together and do some of your friendships and your socializing, some classes together. And you meet every week consistently at the same time.
Oh,
and we actually created that to be 100% a food-free environment. So you eat before you come, you eat when you leave, and the kids only bring their water bottles. And no one there misses having to have food at all times. Like, it's amazing how long kids can go when they're busy and not needing food, you know?
Right.
We've had a few stragglers, but he took care of them. They got
You
out.
got them kicked out of that room too.
Yeah. And so once people know, because I'm one of the leaders of the co-op, so we make it one of our rules that if you want to hang with us, it's food free. We're not the only family that has food allergies, so we have other families that have dairy and egg allergies.
We met a family, I don't know, recently.
Celiac disease.
Who has like the exact same allergies I do.
Oh, really?
That's nice.
Yeah.
Minus egg.
Minus egg.
No, he's allergic to egg too.
Good. Yeah.
Minus coconut.
Minus coconut.
That's what it is. So it's nice because we could probably have a meal together.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that mama was in my choir, and we got chatting one day because she said she was looking for a safe co-op for her child. And I was like, what do you mean safe? And then we started talking about food allergies. And I told her, wait a minute, your son has the exact allergies as my Riley.
Yeah.
And then they joined our co-op so that they could be
awesome.
in a food-free environment. And she said she couldn't believe that we existed because she struggles with food everywhere they go, with making friends.
Hence the importance of finding people like you, right? Like we have this, you know, Jessica, I assume you found me probably on one of those allergy groups.
Yes.
And
One of the biggest forums, I think the No Nuts forum, it's got like 30,000 people in it.
Yeah.
You post one day and I said, who's this guy and what's he doing? And then, I've been following ever since, like a weirdo. Like, let me follow him.
No, and you are amazing. I thank you for always the engagement and stuff like that. No one's more impatient about getting this protein bar to market than me. Like I'm trying, I promise.
No, and we're just
a big job.
We're patiently waiting. And I'll tell you, we had a protein bar that we thought was going to be a win for us. And then they changed the ingredients and put coconut in it. And we're like, no. And and I know I told you this before, but even if this protein bar doesn't work for all of Riley's allergies, you are opening up such a wide audience for people.
Yeah.
Like, we need it in our foods. We need to be able to have it and feel safe.
100%. And I right now there's no coconut and no egg, so I can't guarantee anything, but that's how it's looking
that way.
Yeah. Can you talk to me a little bit about the medications that you keep around the house? We mentioned Benadryl before and how kind of the stigma of Benadryl has shifted a little bit, but what else do you keep with you on the go, in the house, maybe in the car?
Go ahead, girl. What do you got? EpiPens everywhere.
Yeah.
I take them everywhere with me. I have I say little bag. It's like the size of like a small dog. Yeah. And I keep them in there. And I would really like to be like a small bag, like cute little bag kind of girl, but I can't. I need my EpiPens. I need my hand wipes. I need
inhaler.
My inhaler.
Yeah.
I'm a disaster.
No.
I need I bring my own hand soap places. People find that weird.
No, I have sanitizer in my bag too.
Yeah, because there's some soaps you go places and they use like nut oils in them.
Almond oil and things.
Oh, I see soaps. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
100%. I didn't even know that until recently where you're right, like almond extract. Why are we putting almond extract in a soap? I'm with you.
You just need the soap ingredient.
So the poor kid will go in to wash her hands somewhere and she'll be like, why? Like, and so we're like, forget it. So now we have to carry soap. So she carries her own little thing of soap everywhere she goes.
People look at me weird when I'm in like a public bathroom when I rip my thing out and I'm like, and they look at me like, I'm bringing something illegal into the bathroom. Like, it's just hand soap.
So
But you're gonna feel pretty bad if I drop on the floor in shock. Like,
or
what are you
wash
doing?
your hands, something so basic
Yeah.
that most people would not think about. Like you have to be careful because if heaven forbid the allergen is on there and then you touch your face, it's a downward spiral from there.
So that's one of the reasons my bag is so big. I have precautions.
Yeah.
Have my EpiPens. What else? Medication wise.
I think that covers it. Hand wipes everywhere we go. We have hand wipes in the car, hand wipes in her bag.
We have Benadryl.
We do have Benadryl just
Yeah,
in case.
I mean,
And then we always, Zyrtec is always a good standby there. And
Yeah.
then I carry 2 EpiPens in my bag also.
Yes.
So
And I've been hearing recently a new development. It's I always forget the name, the nasal spray one. Yes. Have you tried that?
no, our insurance won't cover it. And then we tried getting I was like, I'll pay out of pocket. What's it going to cost? Almost $800. So I was like, just kidding, EpiPens. Until they change their tune and give it cheaper. Because even with the best coupon, I couldn't get it under like $750.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So yeah.
I like the new advancements in the medication, but I don't know if I'd love like a nasal spray. I don't even like taking like my regular like seasonal allergy nasal spray. I think I'd rather have a needle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I like the advancements in it. Maybe they'll have a cure one day.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
I think I'm in relatively the same boat. EpiPens, you got to bring them. I think the equivalent is like AubiQ is an equivalent.
we had one.
Yeah.
We did have those once, and then insurance stopped covering those too. So
Insurance just does not help us now, dude.
It's like it's almost like they don't want me here.
no, because they cover your Epis, and Epis used to be like when she was little, we were paying like almost a mortgage payment to fill this.
Yes.
Insane.
Yes.
And now that we have the generic, and we pay $20 for a pack of 2, and it's really
That's awesome. You know what? That's really nice. That I don't think all insurance providers are like that. And so I'm very glad that yours is forgiving, at least in that respect.
absolutely.
Because you're right. Like I'm going to be taking out a second mortgage on my house for just.
And it's the medicine you fill and pray you never need to use, right? And then you're like, here's $2,000. Don't touch it. Don't use it unless you need it. Like,
Yes. And by the way, they expire like a year.
right. Right. Yeah.
Yes. And so I get that 100%. Riley, I want to ask you. So you have that friend that you've known since preschool. I assume that you have some friends as well, maybe in this co-op or in your daily life. How do you explain to people who you're not uber close with about your allergies? Because that can be a tough conversation sometimes.
It is. It's kind of an annoying conversation because I don't want to have it. But also, like, that's like my entire personality. So like, we need to talk about it.
Yeah. And so how do you approach that conversation? Do you bring it up first as a warning? Do you only bring it up if you absolutely have to?
I think I gauge my situation depending on like what we're doing for the day.
Yeah.
But most of the time I'm like, hey, listen, don't try, no funny business.
Yes. And have you gotten any negative feedback? Anyone kind of scoff at you? Because that's the fear, right? We get ridiculed for something that we just want to be safe about, but there is some sort of feeling about it. So have you ever had any negative response to that?
Not really with any of my friends. They're usually pretty good about it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, no problem. Sure, of course.
Yeah.
And because I mentioned it to a certain person, I found out they had like the same allergies too.
Okay.
So that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you guys hadn't had that conversation before.
No, but if we were gonna like go hang out and there was the possibility of food, not for me, but people just need to eat all the time, which is really annoying. So you can hold off. You're fine.
Yes.
Calories. Yeah. But
yeah.
I would bring it up and be like, just know this, please, and then we'll be good.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, I guess I should have. Oh, sorry.
Focused around food, right? Like literally everything is focused around food.
And it's such a big thing in America too, which is really annoying.
Everywhere you go is like, are we going to grab something to eat?
No, we're not. We're going shopping.
So food is everywhere, and so you have to shift the focus a little bit. say if you're hanging out with Riley, she's not going to eat even if you do eat, and then they may be uncomfortable just eating, watching her.
It's happened before.
Yeah,
I'll stand there awkwardly.
And they're just eating, and you're just kind of like hovering. You're just like, I have to do this. I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fun when you feel left out in certain things. So I'm glad you're finding people at least who can relate a little bit. And you're right. Like, let's go to lunch, go to breakfast. Why? Can we just hang out, watch a movie or something?
Yeah.
You take a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have to say her friends are really good about
That's good.
getting creative. Like, hey, let's go roller skating. Hey, let's go. She has one friend, they do art together. Let's go do art in the park. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go in the woods. Let's paint.
Yeah, go in the woods and paint. But they're finding creative ways to hang out where food isn't involved. So it's helpful. Yeah.
That's awesome. I guess maybe you've got to make sure there's no almond extract in the paint, maybe.
There's egg in some
about it.
paint has egg in it.
Is there really? Oh my
It's called
gosh.
egg tempura paint. And I work in an art studio, so I'm always trying to be like, kind of tempura paint are we using today?
Oh man, that cannot be easy. I'm sorry.
It's so stupid. I'm gonna riot.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So I should have asked this earlier. Your sensitivity obviously is very high, but you can be in the same room as these foods, right? If someone's eating an egg, 5 feet away from you, that will be okay, right? It's not totally airborne. Maybe a peanut 5 feet away.
I would avoid nuts in rooms.
Yeah.
Even if it's not totally airborne, it makes me uncomfortable.
No, that's fair, right?
But eggs, I don't think so. I mean, I'll try to avoid it, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we're on vacation and we've got like a lot of family, like 2 extra people.
Yeah.
My dad will cook like omelets for like my grandma and my grandpa in like our little Airbnb house.
Mm-hmm.
And I try not to be inhaling it too much just in case, but it can be cooked and I'll be fine.
No issue. With egg is no issue. Now we would never cook something with any nuts in it. She did have one time where a family member had made banana nut bread right before she was supposed to come over, and it had been in the oven and in the air. And when we went in the house, right away we had to leave and we had to pivot and change babysitting plans because they were like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot."
And then I kind of feel bad because they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And then I leave. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry too."
Yeah.
But now she babysits herself, right? We don't need to do that anymore because she's an adult. But yeah.
If I'm baking banana nut bread, something's wrong.
Right.
And so Riley, you're I think you said 18 or 19, right? And you're
19.
So you're high school equivalency, right? And past high school, are there I don't want to put you on the spot here. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but are there college ambitions past high school? Are we going to be going to
college right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I'm sorry too.
She's a fresh graduate. She's not even used to saying it.
No, I went to the dermatologist the other day, and they're like, "Where do you go to school?" And I was like, "I'm homeschool." And my mom's like, "You're a graduate. You're in college."
Okay, perfect. There you go. The answer that I'm glad you clarified because I was going to ask like, what are you going to do if you go to college campus, right? But like, we're
I do it at home because
and that's
maybe one day it could be fun to have the college experience. But I like to be at home on my own schedule, and it's a lot easier too.
Yeah, 100%.
And I wouldn't live on campus. As fun as that looks for some people, I don't love that idea.
Yeah. No, I get it for sure. And Jessica, I should have asked you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
What age did you feel confident that Riley could exist on her own and handle her nut allergies without your 100% supervision?
Yeah. She says
never.
Never. It still hasn't happened.
No, I feel very confident that she can cook meals. I feel confident that she can read her labels.
Yeah.
Now, my level of confidence in hers, she still wavers in how she feels about it. But I feel pretty good that she would be just fine. She knows what to do. She knows how to use her EPIs. She knows what signs and symptoms to look for. She reads labels like.
I'm also a hypochondriac, so.
I
I don't know how to explain that.
being overly nervous about her labels.
Thinking it.
Okay.
Did I read it right? Did I miss something?
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So we have a rule that we've always had is read it 3 times. So read it once when you buy it, read it once when you bring it home and put it away, and then read it once when you cook it. So if we by chance missed it one time, we're going to catch it in either the second or third time, right? So, yeah, so we stick to that rule and it works.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're very confident in Riley, and Riley, I assume that you're confident in yourself.
I'm really confident in my mom.
Jessica, when do you think you kind of maybe took your foot off the pedal a little bit? Was it, Riley's 12, 13, 14 years old? Like, when do you think you started maybe taking a step back a little bit?
So with food, I'm like, we always say that I'm her biggest advocate. I will back her up in any situation.
Yes.
I'd take her anywhere with me.
Yeah, so I'm lucky that she was never a kid who was like, hey, my mom, get away. She actually liked me being with her, so that was good.
Okay.
But she's been reading the labels herself, and I'll step back and say, you read it for me. You tell me if it's safe. And then she's like, why don't you read it for me one more time? I'll say, nope, you read it. You read it and tell me. So she's good. It's just there's an anxiety that comes with what if I mess up? And so we're working on building that confidence because that can be hard.
Yeah. Well, from what I'm getting a lot of confidence through the screen right now. I'm confident in you.
I think
you're doing
so.
a great job.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I feel good about it.
Faking it.
No, she's not. She's really good about it.
I think for the most part, I'm pretty good with it. Well, I don't really have many examples because I try not to do anything food related. But
just last week at work, she had a day with kids who brought in Reese's Oreos. And, her job is a nut-free environment. It's always been a nut-free environment.
And they're not really supposed to bring in things from outside.
Yeah.
So one girl, she came in because we're an art studio. We have them do little sketchbook assignments, right? So they're setting their books down. And I see something in her hand, and it looks like a bug. So I'm like, do you have a bug? Because it's not the first time this has happened. And I don't want to play with bugs. So I was going to have her figure that out.
Yeah.
And I also ask a lot of questions, so I'm not going to let any stone go unturned. If I see something weird, I'm going to ask you about it.
Yeah.
And then she goes, no, it's a Reese's wrapper. I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. And then her sister.
A bug, yeah.
Yeah, I wish it was a bug.
Right.
I'd rather play with the bug.
Yeah.
And then her sister came in with a Reese's with a white top on it. So I was like, maybe it's not a Reese's. I'll ask anyway. But it was the Reese's rigid shape. So I was like, that's a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
She goes, it's an Oreo. I'm like, listen, I'm not stupid. I know that's not an Oreo. Yeah. And I was like, eat it or throw it away because we can't be having this in here. But I said it nicely, in a nice kid way, let's eat it. Hurry up and throw it away.
Right.
Yeah. And then because she's a child and kids are not always very intelligent, she takes the whole thing and plops it in her mouth. And it's this big. It's huge. So now her mouth is wide open. It's hanging out. And I'm like, chew it. Quickly. And she's like, I'm trying. And I'm like, try harder. And then there's spit coming out. So I'm like, close your mouth.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, what do you expect when you tell me to shove the whole thing in my mouth? I'm like, okay, number 1, attitude. Number 2, I never told you to shove it in your mouth. You could have stepped outside and had your little bitty bites.
Yeah. But you handled it. So that's what I say.
So that was a horrible day.
But she managed
let's wash our hands.
Yeah.
And then let's hurry this up. And I didn't want to help her the rest of the day.
I have experience kicking people out of rooms.
Don't
scared.
test me today.
Right,
I'm not in the mood.
Yeah. So that did cause her anxiety for the rest of her day.
I didn't want to help this kid. Every time I walked by her, I was like,
yeah.
But I was able to bring it up to my boss during a quiet moment because I didn't want to make the kids feel uncomfortable, in an embarrassment way.
Yeah.
So I brought it up to her and she was like, no, yeah, we can mention this. So I was like, let's talk to the dad. Because the dad was like, sorry, the kids are shoving their food down while they're walking in. I'm like, okay, number 1, eat way before you come or eat after. It's 2 hours. You'll be okay.
Yeah.
But my boss mentioned it to the dad and she said he was really nice about it. So hopefully we don't have this problem again. Because my boss is pretty good with allergies and things.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
That's good. And you can't totally, I don't know how young these kids are, but you can't totally blame young kids. But I think it's just the stigma in general. Like if you're not in our little allergy community, you just don't get it. And you probably see, and Jessica, you're in these groups, and you probably see people who are unfortunately relatively rude, and condescending to those with allergies. And I get frustrated because I don't think they realize just it's like little pieces of poison spread around the entire world, and no one's helping you navigate it, and you have to shift and contour your life and how you handle your day to day just to avoid those little pieces of poison that could potentially end your life.
Yes, and they're everywhere.
It's really frustrating.
Everywhere.
They don't understand how privileged they are.
Yes.
Imagine just to be able to go somewhere and eat whatever you want and not read a label.
I had a friend who traveled all the way to Europe and went everywhere all by herself. And she doesn't have to talk about food. I love my friend, but it
was wild.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah. And you can when you're ready.
Yeah. But not having to worry and be like, oh, I'm going to go get this today. Not,
Yes.
Maybe the airport will let me bring this in.
And I think like Jessica, you mentioned before that maybe 20 years ago the awareness was not as prevalent as it is today, and I think we can both agree that it's gotten better.
Definitely.
Labeling's maybe gotten better. Awareness at maybe like restaurants and parks and stuff like that has gotten better, but there's still a long way to go. Is there anything that you can either of you can obviously think of where you're like, if that person or that thing, that company did something there, that would be really helpful. Just changes that you would like to see that you for some reason have not seen yet.
I like very clear labeling.
Yeah, right. Like, is it a shared line? Is it a shared facility? That just across the board.
Because that's kind of annoying to have to go. And well, not everyone does this, but she reaches out a lot to the companies and does a lot of research and digs deep into their lore and looks into them and stuff. Yeah. But having to do that every time for a new company is really annoying when they could just put it on the thing.
Yeah, we would love that.
Now, I'd probably still ask questions, but if it's a little clearer and I don't have to go search for it, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
100%. And I think that's the goal for me, right? I mean, I'm sure you've seen, obviously I want to create a suite of products. I start with the protein bar, but I want to expand to and maybe I'll ask you for some input later in a minute. But how do you go from, just making sure that there's no nuts, because, there are a lot of products that don't have nuts. But then you have that that silly little may contain label that rules out 80% of us nut allergists.
It does.
And then I'm trying to go a step further, making sure that the supplied ingredients are sourced from allergen-free or nut-free facilities as well. So
that's awesome.
I wish everyone did that.
I promise you that I am trying to give 100% effort, because it would be the silliest thing ever. Mick's got no nuts. Oh, may contain nuts. That would that'd be silly.
It's fun.
And so I appreciate both of you, staying involved with me and my journey, and hopefully one day I'll see a picture of you holding the protein bar.
Definitely.
One day. But you guys are fantastic. I want to thank you both for the wonderful conversation that we've had. I want to ask you, just in general, is there anything that you would like to share? Maybe a story that maybe I didn't get to ask, or any advice for maybe people in a similar boat? Maybe a new parent has a kid with a nut allergy. How do you handle it? I want to give the floor open to you.
I don't know how I'd help someone.
Well, you're a wealth of knowledge. I think
I am.
I think you don't realize how much knowledge you do have.
Right. And that's the thing. And so I always, in those groups that you and I are both a part of online, when you see a new parent come in and they're so nervous, they're worried, and they feel like life is doomed and they don't know how to manage it, I do my best to always reach out. I've met some really nice mamas that we've had some great conversations teaching them how to properly read labels, what to look for, safe go-to brands just to get them started on the ground running, things to order online. Yeah. And I just think it's empathy and compassion go a really long way. And even if you don't fully understand the scope of someone's allergens and cross-contamination, like something as simple as, no, we can't use that dish because you have a sponge that had nuts on it, and now you washed it. You washed the dish with the very sponge, right, that has allergens on it. So sometimes they don't understand the whole scope of it, but they sure are trying. Yeah. And so
I like when some effort is put in.
Yeah.
It's not the best effort, but it's more than like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate
kindness,
that.
Compassion, just empathy, right? And that goes with so many things outside of just food allergies, just treating people like humans and realizing that everybody has a challenge. And like I always tell Riley, everybody has something. So, well, sometimes she feels like hers sucks, right? Like
I feel like
food allergies, asthma, eczema, medication allergies. Those things are so manageable in the scope of all the things that could go wrong.
And then I feel salty because I'm being compared.
And then, we just look at the people around us.
She's a little more positive. I'm a little more pessimistic about it.
Yeah, we balance each other out, right? But it's just trying to do what we can with what we're given, because we can't change it right now, and until there's a magical cure, we're going to do the best we can.
There better be. If we're getting like flying cars, I feel like they should be able to do this.
Yeah, right.
They will.
Please.
Yeah. I think they will. The advancements are coming along. Like, maybe not to cure it, but getting those advancements in place to help,
like Xolair,
limit reactions. They're coming. It's just when we're ready to try them and when insurance wants to cover them.
Yeah, you got technological advancements, and then you see news like Southwest reissuing pistachios on the plane, and it's like, okay, we're going the wrong way.
I did send my memo to them to tell them how I felt.
Wait, what? Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, rightfully so. Like,
of course I did.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. Wait, they do?
Southwest. I didn't even tell her yet.
Oh no, really? Okay.
Yeah, we tried. If we do have to get on a plane, we try to go JetBlue because they've always been like consistent, right?
Which is another thing that's really annoying, is having to go to like talk to people and be like, actually, can you let me on first, please? And please accommodate me, and please let me sit here.
Yeah.
Rather than just being like, I got a ticket, I'm going to China.
No, so Southwest added pistachios to their customers who want to have more leg room. If you pay for leg room, we'll give you these warm pistachios.
Warm pistachios.
So
it's such a bummer, because all these airlines in the last 5-10 years have started to take away peanuts, right? Yeah. And then, like you said, Riley, even if they don't give out peanut or tree nuts, they accommodate you. Right. But maybe sometimes it's too much. Like the person in 41F has a nut allergy, right? It's like, okay, well, I didn't ask for that, right?
I can appreciate that as long as no one starts targeting me. Like, oh, now I know where you are. Yeah, I'm coming for you.
We did have one guy one time. She was too little, and he got really mad because he wanted that nutty snack on the plane so bad, and he was so irritated with me. And I was like, I will give you every snack I have on my person if you just sit down. Like, we just want to get where we're going. And he was so hostile. And so they told him, if you don't chill out, you're going to be the one leaving the plane, and they'll be going to their destination. So make your choice and make it quick. And so he sat down, and he was grumpy for the whole flight, and I didn't even care. I didn't even know this happened. She was too little to remember it, but I was like, thank you. Now just be quiet and eat your other snacks, sir. Like,
yeah. Well, that was a while ago, so maybe
it was a while ago. She was too little.
Yeah. He's probably dead now.
He was older.
She's secretly happy about that.
Yeah. You have to get rid of him.
Well, Jessica, Riley, I want to thank you both so much for the wonderful conversation. And again, I hope one day when the bar is freaking fucking released, you will have it. You will enjoy it. Yes. But you guys are great. Thank you so much. And we will be in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.